concluding episode 45, something happens that still makes one think about the administrator's plan. But to fully assemble this picture, we need to pay attention to the administrator's actions. Did you know that after the defeat of TV Titan, in episode 47, we can see for a few seconds the interaction of the administrator with the damaged POV? When he approached the cameraman, it became a key moment in this huge puzzle, because after that, a lot of questions arose. But in season 25, by carefully investigating Lucky Cameraman's previous recordings, the detective discovered the administrator's identity by reviewing previous recordings. And after that, detective knows his personality. But still, the question remains, which side is he helping? Is he helping the Skibidi Toilets? Or why, at the moment of episode 70, Administrator Hall, about existence of Astro? And why did he intervene in season 25 when G-Toilet was recruiting Juggernaut to his side? Which side is the administrator on? At first you might think that he is just watching, but that is far from true. His first actions began in episode 47. After a very epic battle between TV Titan and G-Toilet, something happens that no one expected. And yes, I mean that after the G-Toilet attack, the administrator approaches the fallen POV. And after that, he turns off the recording. And if this action does not prove anything, but we have a clue to think about. To really understand his intention, we need to pay attention to his further actions. We need to remember episode 62 when Skibidi Scientist used the killer speakers. At that moment, it seemed like the end would come for POV. But something happened that can't be explained, at least until this video. Yes, I mean that the administrator intentionally placed the earphone so that the POV could record the incident. Well, if you think that these are not enough facts, then you need to remember another moment when the administrator left the message. And yes, I am talking about episode 64, where the administrator left a message about the trap. Does this really prove that he is helping us? Or is there another meaning here? Or as an interesting fact, 2 episodes later, that is in episode 66. So this is the first episode of the Alpha Hills arc. At the moment of retreat, the administrator intervened. He gave POV a knife to kill the toilet. This is one of the small details that during this video will lead to the complete assembly of the puzzle. But for now, this is too little to understand what exactly his plan is.
Now that you know who the administrator is, let's now theorize on some unanswered questions. You may have wondered what the administrator's plan even is, and it's pretty complex to find out, but don't worry, I've made it as simple to understand as possible. So let's go back to episode 61, which in my opinion was the most revolutionary episode of all of Skibidi Toilet because of this one single, but also a very hard to understand thing. You see, after Titan TV Man killed the much of the scientist toilet, the scientist toilet was escaping to the Skibidi Toilet's bunker. But now the most influential part happens as the administrator hacked the POV cameraman's site and showed him the text that says, "I look to the left." This helped the POV cameraman spot the scientist toilet. However, forwarding to episode 73, we see that the secret agent gave him his much energy to a lot of his energy back, which helped him to be from Titan TV Man's red source of death. This makes stuff very unclear as what does the administrator really want, the Alliance to win or the Skibidi Toilets to win? The answer might sound complex, but once you listen to the whole thing, it will make a lot of sense. The administrator actually wants both sides to win, but how can I prove that? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. You see, during the episode 67 times, the Alliance was still losing, even though Titan TV Man returned. We know that Titan TV Man honestly is pretty much just a slightly stronger version of the Prime Titan Cameraman just because of his better technologies, and that's just not enough. I believe the administrator wanted them to kill the scientist toilet because the scientist toilet was planning on making a weapon that would make it impossible for the Alliance to survive, and the secret agent was talking to the scientist toilet as seen in episode 70 part 3, and actually the episode 70 to 74 all actually happened in a single day or 2 days. Don't believe me? Well, everything in episode 66 to 74 happened in Alpha Hill's lab, which was destroyed in episode 75. Now notice that after episode 75, he's the one helping the Skibidi Toilets instead, so that the Alliance and Skibidi Toilets unite. It's true the Alliance and Skibidi Toilets were all actually against Astro Toilets, and no episode 60 doesn't back my theory up, because it was more as a meeting as that G-Toilet was clearly a fake G-Toilet, and the Astros knew him for years as he was an Astro for years, so of course they didn't go aggressive and was hard to find out if that was a fake in fact, so that their attack on him isn't just for nothing. This also explains why they only brought weak Astro toilets like the UFO toilet and the G-toilet Astro toilet before he was upgraded, even though, yeah, the UFO toilet is their commander. Maybe he turned into the commander after episode 72, since Detainer Astro Toilet is the most loyal to the UFO toilet so far, and he's still called G-Toilet Commander. This proves that the secret agent or administrator wanted to equalize how strong both the Skibidi Toilets and the Alliance were, so that none of them die and have only one side alone without any union with each other against the Astro Toilets, which would easily take out the party if there was nothing stopping them. But now, let's hear it from Agent Potato's perspective. Does he disagree or agree on my theories? And does he have his own different theories?
Now that the picture is almost complete, we can answer the question that was at the very beginning. But there are also many questions that we cannot answer at the moment. For example, what exactly was the conversation between UFO and G-Toilet about? But in connection with the current news, we will get an answer to this. But we will have to wait for it. Also, over time, we will understand whether the administrator's plan was successful. Thank you, Dex, the TV man, for inviting me to this very interesting collaboration.
Now, even though we analyzed and explained what the administrator is up to, we've probably missed some parts. So I'll let you guys comment your thoughts on the secret agent's reasonings and what you guys think he actually is trying to do, and what we could see from him in the future of the series. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already, and of course, subscribe to Agent Potato and Dex the TV Man if you want more content like this and even better content. I hope you enjoyed the video and check out our previous videos. Dex the TV Man out.